Same bat time, same bat channel.
Hi all, welcome to John's Model Making. Today I've got the 66 Batmobile. There's my mug. Looking brilliant. And I need a cabinet for all the mugs we get with all these builds. But we have issues 33, or should say phases 33 to 35. So we carry on with the right rear suspension, pop that onto the axle. We carry on with the rear suspension 34, and then we got the steering mechanism in 35. Here we go. So a fair bit to do in these first three issues. So anyway, without further ado, let's have a look at phase 33. Okay, let's have a look through the magazine. Love these magazines, love the artwork and the stories. Fine Finny Fiends. Yeah, brilliant. The TV show. There we go. Trapped in an Umbrella Maze. Great Batman comics. Tower of Babel. Batman 67. Meet the new Batgirl. There we have Batman and Robin. Excellent. And your car parts in this phase: construct the rear right suspension and attach it to the rear axle, mirroring the previous phase. Yep. There we go. So we just pop it on to this side. Excellent. There we go. So without further ado, let's get on with the build. Okay, let's get the parts out. Okay, those are our parts. So we have the right leaf spring. We have the shock absorber mount, which is that piece 33B. 33C is the U-bolts, and we have 33E. There we go. Oh, that is metal. I thought it was plastic. Couldn't remember from last time. This is the shock absorber rod. Then we have the nuts and the EM screws that we'll also need. This little tool for securing the nuts. So basically, we just need, pop this onto here like that. Make sure you get it the right way around, just like that, and then we can put the mount on top, which will go just there in that direction. Yeah, we'll fix that in the middle with a EM screw. Okay, zoomed in a little bit. We can put this together with an EM screw, popped it into the magic 3-in-1 oil. That is a little bit loose, that, isn't it? And the reason why that was loose is because I put this mount on the wrong way. Silly Billy. There we go, let's pop that back on there again. There we go, that's a lot better. I think I'll have to get my wearing screwdriver on that, tighten that up. There we go. There we go, that's a lot better. Right, we get these U-bolts into place, and we can then fit the nuts and tighten them up with that little wrench that they gave us, the nut wrench. There we go. That's them there like that. Get the nuts out. Okay, let's get the first one in with the nut with the wrench there. Don't fully tighten it up at first. Just get the nut into place, and then we can do it evenly. Brilliant. There we go. That looks fantastic. Now all we need to do is pop that on there with another EM screw. Okay, let's get that lined up. This is a shock absorber rod. There we go. That should be free, just like that one, so that we can position it perfectly later on. There we go. That's looking a lot better, is it not? That's square. Yeah, I'll leave it like that. I'll tighten that up later, because it does seem to want to move a little bit. Well, there we go. That is phase 33 complete. Excellent. Let's move on to phase 34. Here we have phase 34. TV show Batman Makes the Scenes. There we have the penguin. I've been watching a penguin on Sky. Quite different. It's more gangsterish. Great Batman comics. Fever. There we go. Venting Rage. Batman 68. Lovely artwork as always. Batman fighting Robin. Ooh, naughty naughty. Phase 34. In this phase you continue working on the rear suspension, ultimately fixing it to the frame of your Batmobile. So we have some front hangers to pop into place onto them leaf springs. There we go, assembling the rear hanger and shackle. There we go on both. Yep, pop some springs onto them shock absorber rods and then pop it onto the frame. So without further ado, let's get on with the build. So here we have the parts. There we go, there we have the parts. We have the left spring hanger, the right spring hanger, the rear hanger, shackle pin, nuts, shock absorber springs, shackle outer, EM and AJM screws. First of all, we need 34A and 34B, which are the leaf spring hangers. Here we have the left spring hanger, which will fit onto here like that, and we need an AJM screw through the middle. That'd be easy, just pushing it through with my fingers at the moment. Let's see if it takes it. If not, we can always screw it our way through. Okay, let's pop this AJM screw into here. It will help if you put a bit of oil on it as well. Just get it like that, keep it straight, and it will make its own thread. Right, let's pop this onto here, and we can screw it all the way through then. I think we've got that. Yep, I think they're brilliant. Excellent, yes. Let's do the right side. So we'll pop a little bit of oil onto here. It'll help the thread, because the screw is quite long. Pop a bit of oil on the end. There we go, that looks a lot better. Pop that there like so, and we'll screw it all the way through now. Brilliant, there we go. Nice and bonny. That did take time, but long screws do. Excellent. Okay, next step, we need the rear hanger, which is this piece. Need the U-bolt, 2 nuts, and we need 34G, which is that piece, which will fit in a second or two. First of all, we need to line this hanger up like so. Put the U-bolt through there from the inside. Then we put 34G over the top of the U-bolt. There we go, like so. And then we need to get the nuts into place. We do exactly the same on the other leaf spring. Just pop that on like that. Get these on, we'll finger tighten these, and then we'll tighten them up with the nut wrench. Get them into place. There we go. Right, now we should be able to tighten these up. There we go, brilliant. Do the same on this side. Get the U-bolt, there we go. Get 34G onto there, and then we can pop the nuts into place. Yep, I think that's perfectly good. Next we can pop the springs onto the shock absorber rods like that and like this. Then we need the frame of the car, and we can then pop this onto the frame of the car. So we'll leave that just like that for now. Okay, now we got the frame of the car. It is on a towel because you have to turn it that way around, and we put it here. Now obviously the shock absorbers go into here with those springs. We can pop the springs into there. I don't know whether they're going to go all the way down, but there we go. We'll pick up on them later. And these pieces will go here and here, and there we go. The other end of the leaf spring will go into there. So it's just a matter of adjusting this to get it to fit. The shock absorber rods into here, and that one needs to go into there. So there we go. There we go. Just make sure the shock absorber rods can go into there and there like so. So that is that positioned. Right. So we need EM screws here and here. Okay, let's get the screws in. Put the first one here. Doesn't matter which one you do first. Now we can flip this over. There we go. And we secure here and here with EM screws at the bottom end of that leaf spring. Brilliant. The springs are in there. What effect they're going to have, I don't know really. Because they are a little short, weren't they? Should be some movement there. There is going to be some movement there, so they are fixed in place anyway. Brilliant. Excellent. Let's move on to 35. Okay, now we have phase 35. Shoot a Crooked Arrow, the TV show, cast and crew, September 7, 1966. Phooey on Batman. Then we have Batman and Son and the Great Batman comics. Batman 69. Looking like a tiger. And there we are. Well, Robin, ready for another 30 years. Yeah, brilliant stuff. Just been watching the Joker too. Very, very much different from what I remember him being. Your car parts. In this phase, you build the gears for the steering mechanism and attach the assembly to the arms and rods you put in place earlier. Oh, excellent. There we go. So we got a worm gear here. Yeah, place the worm gear 35C in the housing. Fasten that up. Yeah, and we'll pop that onto the car. There we go. Excellent. So without further ado, let's get on with the build. Let's get the parts out. There we go, those are our parts. We have the steering gear housing top, the sector gear, the worm gear, steering gear housing bottom, steering shaft, universal joint, AM and ZM screws. We need 35B. First insert the sector gear 35B into the steering gear housing bottom 35D. Oh, there it is. I'm looking all over it. I was looking for something black. There we go. That goes there like that. That's the wrong one, that's why. That's the one. That goes there like that. And then we have that there like so. Then we can capture all this like that. Excellent. I think what I might do, I might put some grease or oil onto that. Okay, now pop some oil into that worm gear and that shaft, as you can see. Now that is how it's supposed to line up, like that. And now we should be able to get this on top and secure it with a couple of AM screws. Okay, now let's get the first one in, just here. Just makes you wonder whether there's a timing involved with having to line them up as they requested. There we go, let's close that up nice and bonny now. It's full of oil because in the past I've had problems with steering mechanisms. You'll notice on some cars, there we go, I think that's fine that now. Yeah, on some cars, it's not doing anything yet anyway, that worm gear. But there we go. Yeah, you notice on some cars with the steering mechanism, it's not a smooth operation all the way around with the tyres. It'll wait until you've got the steering wheel at one end, then it'll move the tyre, and then you'll rotate the steering wheel with no effect whatsoever until you get to the other end, and then it turns the actual wheels. So, yeah, I just thought, well, make sure this is correct. That looks correct anyway there, just like that. Even though that's free, that's the worm gear, and that's, I think, how it should be. Excellent stuff. I think we need the universal joint next. Okay, now we need the universal joint, which will go here, like that. We need to fix that in place with two ZM screws, one at either end, of course. Let's get that first one tapped in. There we go. Bit of oil on the screws, of course. And that one in. Excellent. I think that'll move. Probably a little bit tight there, that. There we go. And now we need to fix this shaft end on to there. And where? That one. There's a small end and a larger end opening. Again, we fix that with 2 ZM screws. There we go. Brilliant. We can pop this onto the car now, so I'll get the frame of the car again. But yeah, that's looking brilliant, that. Okay, now the steering mechanism fits into there and here. So the gold piece, or the brass piece, will fit into there. That's why it needed to be directional. So we can slot it in there like that, and we can fit that with 8M screws. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Okay, now let's flip this over again, need the towel. Okay, now we have 1 more screw here. You can see that brass piece there, that shaft. So we did get it correct. That was brilliant. There we go. Excellent, that should be nicely secured. Now we can flip that over. We can actually see if we can adjust the steering. There we go. That is, it is stiff, mind you, but then again, we need a bit more strength. Well, there we go. It does seem to want to work from one end to the other. The better one when we get the steering on. Well, there we go. There's a lot of play in the middle as always with these builds. But that one is not too bad. Excellent. At least we know it's working anyway. That's good stuff. There we go. So that's phase 35 completed. Excellent stuff. There it is. Brilliant. That's fantastic. At least I know the steering is working fine anyway. That's brilliant. Yeah. Nothing too fiddly about that. Really, anyway. Getting the nuts on sometimes can be a bit of a challenge, but everything is looking fantastic. Brilliant stuff. Anyway, there we go. I'll get the next 3 shoes up as quick as possible. Anyway, that's it for the Batmobile for this issue anyway, or this video I should say. Phases 33 to 35 completed. Excellent. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.